Welcome back to B&F Firewood. Today we're on a little journey up north. Took about a 3-hour trip up to Tony's Cool Tools. He has got a really nice place up here, and today he's going to show us how the axis works and some of the key features and what to look for when we get ours. Brittany's going to be the one running it primarily, so he's going to go over some stuff with her and explain everything so we don't chop our fingers off.
There you go.
How's that? Oh, and by the way, along with us today too is Jeffrey from the Firewood Doctor. We ran into him down at the store, and it was kind of a crazy coincidence. So he's up today visiting with us at Tony's, and everybody, we should be working.
I know.
We should be really putting out the wood.
A few things that you're going to do when you first get your thing, or you first get your access, is one, make sure that if you're getting a conveyor, that you ask them if the conveyor comes assembled or if it's two-piece. Because if you happen to travel 2 to 3 hours to pick it up and you didn't bring a trailer, you're in trouble. So ask Jerry with a G or the folks at Eastonmade if it comes assembled or disassembled. More often than not, it will come disassembled because these are too high on a semi. It's over 14 feet. So anyways, that's the first thing. It comes packaged very well. So we'll start off down here. For traveling purposes, the foot pedal here, you loosen it down right there. We're going to just move some of this out of here so that you got plenty of room. But there's very little, there's maybe 3/4 to an inch of play. So some of the other competitors, you have to actually lift your foot up and push real hard on there. But it does come with a gauge for your hydraulics here.
Is that a temperature gauge?
It is.
It's also a fluid level too?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
2 in 1.
Yep.
2 in 1.
2 in 1.
Yep. So you have your table here, which is the benefit of the axis. It really is a great work table. You'll see that once we lift it up. You stage everything here and push it in, and if you have the conveyor, just goes right up the conveyor and out. Or if not, you position your tote right next to you. You never have to do more than 1 to 2 steps, and that's the benefit of the axis here. If we walk around the back side here, when you position the unit, you have outriggers that pull out of here to stabilize it on uneven ground. You have a anti-theft device here besides being a tow. You can pull this out and remove it and store it if you leave it on your property.
Well, that's a good idea.
It's kind of hard for somebody to take it.
Yeah,
It has the 14 horsepower Briggs engine. And let's see here.
Go ahead.
I recently did a video here. You may want to get one of these, changing these hoses. It'll make your life easier for changing the oil on that.
Like an extension?
It is, yeah. Otherwise, there's a little plug here. You pull that plug and it just drains all the way. Well, it oozes all over the hose and everything else. I want to thank Brittany for my pinwheel here. It is really accenting my access here. So, and this thing here is set. I've lowered the angle. Originally, I had it much higher up and it wasn't feeding as well. This feeds a little bit. I may even lower it a little bit more, but we'll show that in just a minute here. Well, I'll tell you what, we can go ahead. Let me grab some protective device or some earmuffs.
Now, Tony, are these wheels and what's the tow speed on this?
No more than 50 miles. 50 miles
50
an
miles
hour.
an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I'll be doing a video here shortly on towing with lights. I have lights that I've rigged up for this. So even though you really don't need them, it makes it a lot safer for you.
Have you towed this any place?
Yes. Yes, I
How
have.
does it tow?
It tows very well.
Very well.
Naturally, you have the conveyor, and you kind of notice it because it kind of stands up in the air, but it tows pretty decently. I'm not taking it hundreds of miles. I'm taking it 10 miles
10
at
miles.
best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I do plan on taking it somewhere, I will put it on a trailer and then naturally
That's
take
what I
it.
was wondering. If you
Yep.
trailered it or if you towed it, I didn't notice if it had any sort of. Does it have like any sort of spring system underneath that? Or
Yes,
not?
this is
It
a
does.
torsion suspension
Torsion,
on this,
okay.
unlike the 1222, which is a solid bar.
Okay.
Okay, yep. If we want, we load them up this way. We can do 2 of them. Okay. Now you can come up here. Slowly go up. Cool. Notice that? You notice how it slid? Okay.
Okay. Now, how do you typically split your wood? Do you start on the corner and cut them off, or do you go right in half?
Couple of different ways. If I want to make bundle wood or if I want to make precise cuts, I use this as that's about 2 inches. So what I do is I come up here and I cut this part off. Now I bring that right up there. That's about 2 inches. Like that. Now, you can go ahead and move this over. Now, do you see how it's leaning this way? You don't want that because it won't stick out. Switch it this way, and now it won't stick out. If your hand comes over here, then you can press on that. Now you can sandwich it. It doesn't matter, 2 inches.
Now, do you want to get it back farther, Tony?
What's that?
Do you want to always push it back as far as you can?
You can. Now you can work with 1 piece at a time, yeah. That's good. Now, what we'll do is we'll turn on the conveyor. Just a little bit more that way so it's not hitting. There you go. figured we'd shut that off so we could talk about a couple of things.
Yeah.
First, when you turn the conveyor on, that takes a little bit of power away from your ram here. So that's why I run it at a slow speed. I don't need it shooting the log out. So that's the first thing. The other thing is, these two devices here are called peelers. So if you get a piece of wood that's stuck and it comes up this blade, it'll hit this before and that'll bring that whole thing up, so you don't need to get a sledgehammer and pound it off of your splitter.
Now I have a question on that one,
Sure.
Tony. If you've got your length set to 16 inches,
Okay, good question.
all right, it's not going to retract far enough, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I've got this set for 16 inches. We didn't cover that behind here. This device right here, I'll take that off and just set that up here. And I'll show you when we turn it back on, that knife is going to go all the way up. But since I cut most of my wood to 16 inches, that's a time saver because the ram doesn't have to go all the way back before it comes forward. So this is set at about now 17 inches. So even if I screw up and do 14 inches to 17 inches, it'll cover 90%. Anything that's 17 above, I just toss it off to the side and I know I'm gonna either cut it afterwards by raising the knife or cut it to 16 inches with my chainsaw.
All right.
So that's
good deal.
what we'll,
Good deal.
and then we'll be making some what I call Picasso wood here. It's
Picasso
real pretty, yeah.
Oh,
This is one of the trees that we took off at a property, I call it the Prairie Restoration. He had a giant oak tree that we took down, and this is some of the wood. But when you split it, it just splits so nice, and that's why I call it Picasso wood. A lot of this is just some of the stuff that I got here. It's already starting to crack, so you'll be able to see some of this is the older stuff ready to burn already.
I was just looking at the grain of the
Mhm.
wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to read wood, just like your splitter that you have now. Yeah. Oh, that must be a bone of contention in the
it's
family.
a debate.
Oh, yeah. You definitely have to read the wood. And a lot of times when you get one where a branch comes in and you have a crotch or real ugly wood, you have to watch those because this does better than my horizontal splitter because I can shave the pieces off and still harvest a lot of good firewood out of something that's ugly that would get smashed on a horizontal.
How does that work on there when you come across some crotches and stuff? Does it have a tendency to kick out more? Kick the wood towards you?
Not kick
Or
out, no. What
No?
kicks out more is if the wood is not cut square.
Okay.
So if it's not at an angle or whatever, but the nice thing about this is you can tilt it to meet the angle and feather the knife.
Okay.
So a lot of times with any of the other splitters, you press the handle to go forward and you don't have much control over it.
Yeah.
With this thing here, with the foot, you can go very gently till you reach it and then press down.
Really?
So yeah, you have
So-
a tremendous amount of control. I just recently did a video where I was shaving cherry wood, shaving the outsides of it so that I could get beautiful billets of firewood. And that's the benefit of the access.
It seems slower in person than it did in all those videos. I can't figure that out. It just seems slow.
Well, once again,
I don't know, that seems
when
fast.
you,
But once I get my
Yeah,
hands
but
on it,
I
I'm sure
mean-
it'll feel different.
yeah.
But wait, you still weren't using it full up and down,
Oh,
up
no,
and
I was
down.
going slow because I
Yeah.
was trying
That-
Okay.
well,
It's
you've got to
variable
when you.
speed.
It is.
It's a variable speed.
Like
I mean,
I said,
just-
you could feather it.
Yeah.
that's-
So that it's very safe when you get it, so it doesn't kick out at you.
Yes, yeah. Start applying the pressure, and as soon as you realize that it's not going to go anywhere, then put your foot the rest of the way
That's
down
it.
and shoom, right straight down.
That's it.
I mean, you could if you just put it down, you could go real fast.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
you could just whip through this
Once
stuff.
you get this system down, and then
Yeah.
if you take this and bring it down to the 16-inch mark so you don't have all that retracting, it's fast.
Nice. Excellent.
All right, you ready?
I like this machine. I like it.
I like it a lot.
I think it'd be very enjoyable to split wood this way.
Be faster and be more productive.
Yeah. Better product.
I mean, it comes down, I guess, slower than what Jeffery was saying. It comes down slower than what it looks like on the videos, but we're not using it all the time. This is our first time, so
Yeah.
we're really gentle with
We're
the-
gentle with it
I
and
really like that part.
not knowing what you're getting into.
You want to go in and take off an arm.
No,
Yeah. And then I guess you have a detachable arm, right?
exactly.
I think it'll
It
be
does.
really good.
It
with
does
anything.
super awesome job on oak.
Yeah.
But because oak splits pretty well. But Tony's saying cherry's even better.
Yeah. I think it will even do good, like, some of the knots that we've got.
Yeah, you could get around them that
Yeah,
way.
you can get around them. I think it'll be a really good piece of equipment to have.
Maybe what we should do is just keep bucking and splitting, bucking and cutting the bucket, and then in 2 months when we get one of these, then start doing firewood again. serious. It's neat.
I don't know about the conveyor.
Yeah, but we're going to be going into totes and stacking, so the conveyor.
He's going into the tote too.
Well, yeah, but he's not stacking right now. We're just putting it into the conveyor for now, you know, and then he'll stack it afterwards.
I think it'll be okay. 'Cause you can put the tote right there.
Oh
I
yeah,
just kind of,
yeah, right off the edge.
yeah.
You know, you're going to be able to get your tote right up against that tire.
I think we should take it up to Melissa's house and help her induct for like half a day just for fun.
Yeah, you can tow 50 miles an hour, so.
There you go, quick and easy.
That is a
That is,
awesome machine.
Incredibly precise with the. Once you get the hang of it, it is really precise and I put my foot down all the way and it didn't seem to be overly fast. You know, it wasn't.
Nope.
I didn't feel like it was out of control.
No, it doesn't.
You know, with as far as the speed and operating it, you know, I was.
And there's
I
our
went the,
there's our debris.
yeah, from all that splitting.
I moved your camera. Nope.
Yeah, we're ready for more work.
You could do more work. No, go ahead. You could talk. You're better.
Do our closing. All righty. Thank you for.
That's okay. Take two.
Yep, take two. Thank you for joining us here at BNF Firewood, BNF Outdoors. We took a little visit up to see Tony today, run his Axis, and look at some of the other cool tools he has. He's been very gracious. Beautiful place up here, and we learned a lot on the Axis, and I think we're really going to enjoy it.
Well, I'm glad you had an option to look at that and look at Harry from Driftless Homestead, his 1222, so now you know the difference.
Yes, and I think we made the right choice. What do you think, Brittany? Yes.
For you, yeah.
For her, yeah. So we appreciate it, Tony.
You bet.
Thank you very
Glad
much
for stopping
Oh,
by.
and by the way, Jeffrey was up here today, and he was
Firewood
from
doctor.
The firewood doctor.
and he
Yeah.
was up here visiting with us today too. So it was
Yeah,
nice
I
meeting
literally-
him.
I literally live 5 miles from my door to the driveway here. 5 miles.
You're 150 miles away from home, and you wouldn't expect to run into
Exactly.
something like that. But yeah, so Brittany hasn't said anything yet. Let's let her say something.
Well,
Dance party?
Dance party.
oh, there we
Dance
go.
party. All right.
The James May victory pose.
Thank you
Oh
once
my
again.
All righty.
All righty.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.